Hey, welcome OBC. This is OldBayCraps. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to the table. Tonight we are doing day 3 of stick right 1, closest to the stick with the 5-4, 5-4 dice set, throwing an underhand toss that we're learning from Gargoyle and Ed Roll to Win Craps on the show, from the show, Unraveling the Dice Mysteries, or the Mysteries of Dice Influence. I think I'm saying that right. It's been a long day. I had a lot of family matters to attend to today, so I told Gargoyle and Ed I wasn't going to throw tonight, and Jeff. But after watching AZ, a little bit of AZ's Friday night, or not Friday night, Thursday night. See, I got my days mixed up. It's been such a long day. Seeing some of AZ's Thursday night live, I couldn't sleep, so I decided to come down here and actually put in the proper rolls for today. So without further ado, let's get rolling. All right, let's get rolling. Still doing the 5-4, 5-4 set from stick right 1. Night 3. Here we go. So this one off to the left. I'm aiming to go down this lane right here. It's going to be a 5-1 mixer. Click that like and subscribe on Sideshow Gamble's channel. He's a deserving man. Miss him greatly. Still doing the same grip, keeping the dice parallel to the table. Trying to keep the dice together. There's a buckshot. I think I need to go down. I think I need to go down on my grip a little bit more. They kind of split when they went down. It's going to be a 5-6 yo. Mid-mo yo. Hey, everybody's coming in here. We got Sideshow with the mixer. We got Chiro with the yo. Who else is coming to play? We got 6-4-10 easy. So 6-4-10 on the end. That's Waylon's best friend. Everybody's showing up tonight. Got a 3-5-2. I believe that's the Justice Gin there. 3-2-5. You hang around this craps community long enough, and you know all the, you learn all the lingo. These are all dice calls. There's another 3-2 Justice Gin, although it's the 2-3 variety, the opposite. So that bounced off the wall pretty good. We got a 3 craps. 1, 2, 3 craps. I am on my tiptoes. So those landed here, jumped that way. It's going to be 4-10. Waylon's best friend. And there's the 437. That's the AZ 347. Although that's a come out 7 because we hit the 10. Because 10 was the point. So this roll's still going. If you know what I'm saying. There we go. That one went right between the wickets. It's going to be a 314. Big Joe Craps Master Journey. Got to know all the stick calls, dice calls. If you're going to hang around with these guys. I don't know what that was about. It's going to give us the double D-Gen. Check out Dice D-Gen, Chris. His channel, he's doing the March Madness right now. I did not last very long in my match because I tried to bet crazy like some I see do on Crapsy. That was a good result, not a great throw. Which is going to happen. So is the opposite, a great throw with not a good result. So those dice split, they went off to the left. And it's going to be a 4-3-7. That is truly a 7 out. But it's going to be a quality roll, 12 rolls. And we hit 2 points and had a repeater on the 5. So you can make money on that. Definitely. This is new shooter, shooter number 2. So those were headed for the wickets, but then they split. And it's going to be a come out 7, 6-1. See if we can tighten it up. That's a little better. They split, but they stayed like in their lane. It's gonna be a 2x4. 6 easy. Got a midnight. Little horn action there for you. So my hand went off to the left. Again, you can have a crappy throw and a good result. There's a 6-3-9. That was evidence of that right there. Let's see if we can keep our hand from going right to left, which means we really have to think about it going straight this way and not right to left. So I concentrated too much on that and my hand went right because I was like, I don't want to go left. So unconsciously my hand went, oh, let's go too far right. So there's a short roll. We'll figure this out. I think we're having grip issues right now. There's a 6-4-10. Let's do it again. Again, my hand keeps wanting to go to the left. It's going to be a 3-1-4. The sister number. And I think I had a little too much energy on that too. Let's slow it down and get it to go straight. That was better, but they split when they hit the wall. 549. That was better. They were outside of the wickets here, but they stayed together for a 2x4. 246. Again, not terribly bad. 415. They didn't quite stick together, but they stayed like down the lane. I think that had too much energy. They kind of exploded off the wall. 2x4. Hand went to the left. It's going to be a 5-1 mixer. So again, bad throw, good result. And I felt every single time it's a 7. Every single time. Every single time I can feel my ring finger pushing this dice forward, it's a 3, 4, 7. Every single time. And I just put it in 334 as the dice set. Instead of a 3, 4, 7. That was an 8 roller. Not a quality roll. But we were nailing some 6s there for a bit. You can make money on that. Let's try to cut down on these 7s. There we go. That was a better throw. The green die shot back pretty quick, but they went down pretty good. So that one had a lot of energy. They actually landed right here. But they both came back together. Came off the wall equidistant. It's going to be a 1-5 mixer. There we go. Now that came back. The red die came back a little too far. But they both went in between the wickets here. I'm calling them wickets. If you ever played croquet in the 80s, you know what I'm talking about. It's going to be an ace deuce, 3 craps. Yeah, if you ever played croquet, lawn darts in the 80s, of course lawn darts are illegal now. Too many people getting hurt at barbecues. That started off going in the right direction, but then they veered to the left and they hit the hook. Usually when that happens, it's either aces or midnight. Because what it means, if you're looking at the camera, and I'll turn the dice towards the camera, it means the dice are going to their right, which makes them sixes. And if they go to their left, they're aces. Not very good. I'm going to turn this to the right because it was almost aces, but it wound up being, come on, wound up being a 3-1-4. I'm not getting consistency. That's what sucks about this, is I'm not getting consistency. There's a 2-3-5. So we got the point. Made the point. Dice went off to the left. Again, we got lucky on the result. 2-6-8. My arm just naturally wants to go right to left. And it has nothing to do with, even if I'm standing sideways to the table, you know, this is going up and out to keep it straight. It's going up and out. If I just bring my arm up like normal, see how it wants to go right to left? And that's what I have to work on not doing. That was much better. The green one came off the wall a bit aggressive, but they both went through the stripes on the lane that I've designated, and it was a good result. There's a 3-5-8. So we hit another point. So recently I've been doing pretty good in these sessions, making 2 points. Sometimes we've made 3. I have yet to make 4 points for a 4-point fire bet. Those went off to the right. It's going to be a 5-3-8. So we can't get a third point unless, or a third fire bet point, until we resolve the 8 again. And that's the trouble with a fire bet. It's not 6 straight box hits. It's, you got to hit each individual of all 6 box numbers. That was a better throw. And we got a 5-1 mixer. Like that one, instead of trying to land it here, they landed here. And I think they died with enough energy to stop at the wall. 3-2-5. So I'm gonna try to land it there again, right where the line is, where it says pass line. I'm gonna try to land them right before that line. So that didn't happen. The green die kind of hit here, did a little thing, and then shot off this way. Didn't even hit the back wall. And it's going to be a 4-3-7. So again, another quality roll, 13. We were able to hit 2 points, 5s and 8s. And we had some repeaters. So 2 points and repeaters, if you can do that all the time on a consistent basis, you'll make money. That was a better toss. Kind of landed right here. It's going to be a 5-4-9. So they started splitting right as they hit right here. But we lucked out with the result. It's going to be a 5-3-8. And again, I'm only giving my observations of what I'm seeing. I'm sure Gargoyle and Ed from Roll to Win will offer their opinions on Tuesday about all the sessions I've done leading up to the show. And that's a short roll. 5-2. Every time I start talking jibber jabbering longer than I need to, the shot goes to hell. But you can't put YouTube content out where you're quiet the entire time. So I have to not let it get to me. There's a come out 7. I think only twice out of all the sessions, and this is session number 17 tonight. Out of all the sessions, we've only had 2 sessions where we had 4 quality rolls back to back. There's a double D-gen. Hard 6. 6 will be the point. We shouldn't have a problem. We have not had a problem this evening with 6s, so we should be able to make the point. There's a hard 10. First of the night. OldBay bushel. We've mostly hit 6 4 10s. I don't know why I had trouble saying that. That's because it's a long day. And those went off to the right, and they split, and it was a shit roll. And there's your 4-3 F and 7. To me, when you only hit one box number after making a point, I still consider that a PSO because you're pissed off. You're pissed off at the 7. That's a PSO. Pissed off at the 7. Now they went down here, hit right here, and then they kind of split and went to the right. And there's a midnight. It's interesting. I hit more midnights with this toss than I do 6-5 yos. And yet there are some tosses where I throw mainly ace deuce 3 craps out of the horn numbers. There's a 5-1 mixer. I don't know what to tell you on that one. 6 will be the point. Like I said, with this toss, I really shouldn't have a problem hitting 6s. It's getting them down there and getting them to land is what I need. And of course, there's another PS fucking... it should be called a PSFO. Pissed off fucking 7-0. 7 out. So I don't know. I mean, every day's different. You're trying to do the same thing you did the previous day. But sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, I guess. I'm really trying my best to throw them down this way, and they're just going to the right, they're going to the left, and it's starting to frustrate me. There's a come out 7. Sometimes you just feel like taking them and chucking them down there and not caring what the hell number is. If ever you feel like that, just turn your bets off first. So they landed great. They didn't go down great. They kind of went off to the left. But they hit off the wall great. There's a 3-1-4. 4 will be the point. I guess if you just clear your mind and not think about a thing, sometimes you can get into a zone. 5-3-8. Like, just let the mechanics, kind of like the force. If the force flows through you, let your mechanics flow through you. So I felt a little too much pressure on my ring finger, which pushes the green die. It's going to be a 1-4-5. Bad throw, good result. They landed here. They were together in the air when they landed, but 2-5-7. Another short roll. There's a come out 7, so we're hitting a lot of 7s tonight. Now, what it means is that we're double pitching a lot, because a lot of these are 5-2-7, so we're double pitching. And I'm too much of a novice to know what the hell to adjust. Now, so I guess some people would say, well, adjust your die up or down a notch. So let's try it. Why not? If that's what I'm doing, if that's what I'm double pitching. And maybe that's the key. If you know that you're single or double pitching, change the dice. So that was a 5-3-8. So here's what's interesting about that. It was another double pitch. Why? So that would have been a 5-2-7. Because I had 5-4-5-4, and I double pitched up. I pitched it up 1 to a 5-4-4-2, and when it landed on a 3, so it's a double pitch of the right die. So is that a course correct? Is that how I'm supposed to be reading? So again, we'll go back to the 5-4-5-4. And there's a 4-2-6. So the red die double pitched, and the green die single pitched. And I'm guessing that Gargoyle and Ed are going to tell me, when you can learn what your dice are doing, you can correct it at the casino. And that's important. So we had the 5-4-5-4, and it was a 6-4-10. So that means the red die was off axis, the green die was a single pitch, if I'm reading it correctly. So there's a 5-3 again. Another single pitch of the red die. So if I'm at the casino, and I'm continuing to have a single pitch or double pitch on the red die, I'll fix the red die. I'll adjust the red die. So now you'd have to know that because at the casino they're going to be the same color dice. So we had a 5-6 yo. Obviously, it's easier to know what your dice are doing because they're different colors. There's a 6-3-9, so the green die was off axis. And the red die was a single pitch. There's another 6-3-7 or 6-3-9. Same variety. Back to back, same throws. And there's a 4-3-7. So it was a single pitch. Well, this was a one was single pitched one way and the other single pitched the other way. And that's going to result in a 7 as well. But that's a come out 7 because we buckshotted the 9 with the back-to-back 6-3s. How about that? Like I said, a lot of these sessions I've been hitting 2 points in a roll. There's aces. So aces is both die off axis. So like I showed earlier, the dice going to the right was a 12 midnight, and when they go left, it's aces. So those stayed together and hit right here, but they might have had a little too much energy. It's an ace deuce 3 craps. So the red die was a double pitch, and the green die was off axis. There's a midnight, favorite horn of the evening. That's 3 horns in a row. So if you have a world bet, you are cashing in, especially if you press it each time. And I usually press a world bet on the come out because it's a push on the 7. There's a 4-5-9. So both the dice were on axis with a single pitch of the green die. And buckshot on the 9. 4-5. So we've hit 3 points, but 2 of them were 9s. So it didn't really help the fire bet. But if you're making money on points, who cares? That was a weak throw, but it's a come out 7. 425. Double pitch of the green die. Or the left die, if you will. Too much energy. They hit right here, but they hit the wall before. They didn't dribble forward. They hit this, hit up here, and bounced like 2 feet back. So the 9 is going to be the point again. Third consecutive point. It was a 9. There's a 6-2-8. So the green die was off axis, and the red die was a double pitch. It's going to be an 8 easy. It's funny, I have this white hook, white clamp holding down the wire of the camera I'm using so the dice don't hit the wire. But it's a great holder of my stick. This stick, just to clarify. So those split, but it's going to be a single pitch of both, and it's going to be a hard 8. There's a double D-gen, hard 6. So we followed a hard 8 with a hard 6, so hopefully you're pressing your hard ways. I like the way they went through the wickets there. It's going to be aces though. Not the result I was looking for. So they were both off axis. So it's going to be back-to-back aces, which I've never done, I believe, in any of these videos. So if you just parlayed a bet on the aces, you just made some mad money. So they weren't really together when they went down. It's going to be a 4-1-5. And what roll are we on? That was roll 75. And we are trying to hit a 9. There's a hard 8. That red die just stopped when it hit the table. Single pitch, both die. Or as they say, single pitch of the dice. I should start saying dice, because they're when I'm talking about both of them at the same time. I'm talking about dice. I like the way they stayed together, but they landed here and then went to the hook. It's 1-3-4. So they went together through here, but they came down screaming fire. It's gonna be a 4-2-6. It's going to be another 426 with the same kind of result. The red dye shot back from the back wall. But I liked how they stayed together going down. Or during the toss, I'll say. So then we went right off to the left, but we finally got our 9, 3-6, hit the point. That's our second point. It's our third point of 9 in a row, but our fourth point overall, but our second point for the fire bet. So they flew off to the left a little bit, just slightly, right here. And they're going to be a 1, 3, 4. 4 is going to be the point. So they totally went off to the left when they flew down, hit the hook. And it's going to be, that was a 3. Whoops. 3, 2, 5. A little too much energy. They landed here, right in the hook between these, right here, and they split. It's going to be a 4, 3, 7, ouch. Again, another set of two of the fire bet only, but we made 4 points. We made an 8 as the point, and then we hit the 9 3 times as a point. And we almost hit the small. We just needed a 3. But that was a 30 roller. We're now on roll 84. So we're expecting what? Short rolls, right? So 314 is going to be the point again. Which is what we needed to make a 3-point fire bet on the last roll. It's always what happens. Always. That's why sometimes people say if somebody sevens out and doesn't make the point, try hopping that number on the very next roll. I love the way they traveled. I love the way they traveled. They hit together right here, hit here. They split just a little bit, but they both came back within 2 inches of the wall. Hard 4. And that's a buckshot. So we couldn't get a 4 earlier in the other roll. But it didn't matter this one. We hit them pretty quick. Another good one. 549. 9's going to be the point. And not going to happen. 257. It's going to be a short roll, but we did hit a point. And that's what's happened a couple of times in these sessions, is that even when we have a short roll, we're at least hitting 1 point. So you should be able to make some money. There's a 5-1 mixer. I felt they went down okay to here, and then they took on another speed when they went towards the wall. Look, folks, there's plenty of stuff I don't know how to correct yet. I'm just new at this. So I'm just telling you what I see. There's a 3-1-4. We've hit a bunch of those tonight. So far tonight, our top three numbers that we're hitting are 9s, 8s, and 6s. And if we hit one more 4, that will join those other numbers as being hit 10 plus times. There's a 2, 6, 8. Haven't really seen a lot of that tonight. There's a 5, 3, 8. And for a second, I thought the 8 was the point, but 6 is the point. And there's the 6. 4, 2. That's 1 point. There's a 6, 2, 8. Eight's going to be the point. It's also the third 8 we've rolled in this for this shooter. There's the OldBay bushel, hard 10. So those did not have enough energy. They hit right here and kind of dribbled to the right. 5-1 mixer, but that's the point. No, that's not the point. 8's the point. See, I've hit so many 6s and 8s, I don't know which is the point. We already hit the point of 6. We're now trying to hit the other. There's a 4, 5, 9. We've hit plenty of 9s tonight. 11 of them. And there was a semi-good roll. If the green die had cooperated with the red die, they both would have hit off the wall right here. But they didn't. And it's a 2, 5, 7 out. But another quality roll. That was a 10 roller. And that was roll 97. There's a double D-gen. Do you think we can hit another hard way in the next 2 rolls? There's a 5, 4, 9. They pretty much split. We got one more chance to hit the hard way. Try to hit a hard way in 3 rolls. 2 rolls. It's a hard way, but not the normal 4. It's aces. All right, that's roll 100. So this is the last shooter. Last night, the last shooter lasted until roll 121. 268. I'm starting to hit more of those. There's a 4, 6, 10. There's ace deuce. 3 craps. There's a 1, 3, 4. So if I were you, I would lay the 5. At least get half. There's another 6, 2, 8. So we need the 5 for the small. So I would lay the 5. If the small wins you 150 with a 5-5-5 bet, then you could lay it for 150 to win 75 if the 7 rolls. But you would break even. You would break even on hitting the small. So we 7'd out, so it's not going to happen. But we ended with a quality roll of 9. And we ended at 106 rolls total. We did have a 30 roller tonight. All right. All right, that was, you got a 30 roller in there, not bad. This was our third night from Stick Right 1, shooting the 5-4-5-4 dice set, underhand toss, keeping the dice parallel to the table. So tomorrow night we will return to the spot that we started at, which was Stick Right 2, throwing down the field. Okay, so we'll do that again. So, all right, thank you for joining me. I really appreciate all the support. Hit that like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you would. I love the feedback when I get it. If you didn't like the video, hit the dislike, but hit it twice. Thanks. Thank you to Gargoyle, Ed, Jeff, and Chris, Sideshow Gamble. Without any of you, none of this would be possible. And I am having fun. I know I get frustrated at times, but it's because I'm learning something new. But if I can find success with it, anybody can find success with it. So with that being said, I'll see you on Friday.